Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine. Today we are going to start with Unit 3, the next chapter on page number 64, lesson 3.4, Sushruta, a peep into the past. Now, this lesson is divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2. Let me give you some introduction about this lesson. Sushruta. Sushruta is one of an ancient Indian physician known as the main author of Sushruta Samiti, a text on medicine and surgery. He is known as the founding father of surgery. His teacher Shelotra was founder of veterinary medicine around 2350 BCE. A treatise entitled Complete Ayurvedic System for Horse is attributed to Shelotra. Nakula, one of the Pandavas, has written Ashwa Chikitsa. Now, in part 1, Sushruta talks about Shrushta, a bright veterinary student, and his teacher Shelhotra, who decided to test him. Shelhotra asked Sushruta to list down the equipments which are needed to perform a surgery. Sushruta had everything right but missed on three things, which he found out through careful observation of his teacher. So, let us start with part 1 on page number 64. Sushruta, a peep into the past. Peep. What do you mean by peep? Peep means to see inside is known as peep. Okay. Jhakna. Okay. Into the past. Past means the time which has already been gone is known as past. Part 1, page number 64. Sushruta was indeed a bright student of veterinary medicine. His teacher Shelotra once decided to test him. Now, Sushruta was a bright student of veterinary medicine. What do you mean by veterinary? Veterinary means relating to the medical or surgical treatment of animals, especially domestic and farm animals. Okay, a doctor or the person who is doctor of animals is known as veterinary. Vet is known as vet, and the person who is doing that study is known as what? Veterinary. Okay. Now his teacher means Sushruta teacher Shelotri once decided to test him. His teacher decided to test this bright student. He asked Sushruta what all he would need to perform a surgery on a wonderful horse. So teacher decided to test the student. So teacher asked to the student that if you want to do a surgery on a wonderful horse, he asked Sushruta what all he would need. So what you will need to if you want to do a surgery on a beautiful horse. Sushruta very quickly listed down all the instruments and the medicine that would be needed. Now this bright student, what he did, as soon as the teacher said that what will you need, he took out one book and pen and he listed out all the instruments means equipments and medicine that all would be needed for the surgery of an wonderful horse. Three things are missing, Shelotra said. Now after seeing that list, what did teacher said? Selotri is a teacher. So what teacher said? Teacher said that in this list three things are missing. Confused Sushruta looked at him. Now the student was confused and he was looking at the teacher. I will give you a week to find them, Shelotra consoled. Now what did teacher said to the student? That you have to, I will give you 1 week to find out what is missing in this list. Curiously, to find out what those 3 things were, Sushruta observed his teacher carefully for the next 1 week. Now, as he was a bright student, he was very curious to find out what 3 things I had missing. So what he did, he was observing teachers, all the activity, what the activity teacher was doing. For next full 1 week, he was observing the teacher, what activities he was doing. Before operating the horse, Shelotra observed every part of the horse, and then Shustra found the first missing thing. While when the teacher was operating the horse, at that time Sushruta saw that his teacher is observing every part of the horse, and when he found out that teacher is observing the every part, so at that time he found the first thing. And what was the first thing? A good veterinarian should have an eagle eye. Now what he said, that if a person is a good veterinarian, he should have an eagle eye. Now this is a phrase, eagle eye. Eagle eye means what? To watch something very closely. Okay, keen observer, eagle eye. Then Shelotri treated the animal as if it were his own, balancing science and compassion equally. Then the next thing, what he observed, the student observed in the teacher, that when he was treating the animal, at that time he was treating the animal as that horse belongs to him, and he was balancing both the science also and compassion equally. He was balancing both the thing. Compassion means mercy, means when he was doing the surgery on the horse, at that time he was having mercy for that animal also. And lo, Sushruta found his second rule. Now when he observed this, at that time the student found out the second rule. A good veterinary should have a lion's heart. Now what was the second? That if a person has to be good veterinary, he should have a lion's heart. Now again, this is a phrase. What do you mean by lion's heart? Someone who is very brave is said to have lion's heart. Okay. Shalotra helped the horse recovery after the surgery. Shushta came to know that a good veterinary should have a mother touch too. Now, as soon as the surgery was finished, Shalotra, the teacher helped the horse to recover after the surgery. So he was taking care of the horse. Okay. So again, the student came to know the third rule, and that was what? A good veterinary should have a mother's touch too. What do you mean by mother's touch too? Mother's touch too is also a phrase. It means tender, loving, caring and touch. When you are sick, at that time your mom takes more care of you. She gives you medicine time to time. She gives you fruits time to time. She gives you soups, broths, whatever it is. So at that time, she takes lot of care of you, the person who is sick. So here the student came to know the third rule, that is a good veterinary should have mother touch too. Later in his life, Sushruta wrote a book on surgery. Now, as this was the 3 incident what he was missing when he wrote the thing, and he got the lesson. After later in his life, Sushruta wrote a book on surgery. Okay, I hope you all have understood till here. Part 2 will continue in next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.